Okay, so Senekal 2 has come and gone. Thankfully, it went off without any serious incident or injury. As I said in my last video, from a pure tactical point of view, for chaos to have sparked off there would not have been a good idea at all. So I am very happy that it all ended without any chaos breaking out there. Before I go any further, I would like to state categorically that I was not in Senekal on Friday and was quite busy the entire day, too busy to even keep up with the messages on all of the WhatsApp and Telegram groups that I belong to. All I did manage to do was to take a glance at one specific group every now and then because I knew that if chaos did break out in Senekal, I would see it on that group first. As we all know, that never happened. Later on Friday evening, I sat down to catch up on all the day's events and was quite surprised to see a number of popular YouTubers who had put out videos during the day and subsequently over the weekend berating certain so-called leaders for their actions on Friday. Now everyone knows who I'm talking about, so I'm not going to beat about the bush here. The first video I saw was one Willem Petzer put out severely criticizing Isak van Zyl from the Boeregion for his so-called irresponsible statements that he had made during the course of the day. After watching Willem's video, I too was pretty surprised at what I saw in the very short clip of Isak addressing the crowd. Take note, I say a very short video clip. I will come back to this in a minute. After that, I watched a video clip of Devin Hofmeyer basically doing the same thing. Later, I also watched a video that Ronaldo Gous had put out, where he really laid it on thick, attacking Isak van Zyl. For the record, I would like it known that I am a subscriber of both Willem as well as Ronaldo's channels, although I stopped watching Ronaldo's content a long time ago for reasons I won't get into here. I have no idea whether Devin has his own channel or not, but if he does, I'm not a subscriber. The reason I am making this recording today is to put into the spotlight exactly what the problem among us minorities in South Africa is, particularly among the whites. Without doing any further research, I too was also pretty shocked at what I had seen in the very short video clip that Willem had put out earlier in the day. And I was also at a loss for words as to why Isak would have said something like that. Until I saw a video put out by Scott Balson on his Loving Life channel regarding this. Now please let it be known that I am not Scott's biggest fan, but I am a subscriber to his channels. In my opinion, Scott did an absolutely excellent job of illustrating exactly what the problem with us whites are in South Africa, as well as totally destroying the arguments of Willem Petzer, Devin Hofmeyer, as well as Ronaldo Gous. Scott did this not by giving someone else's versions of events, or his own opinions for that matter. He used video evidence from the event, of which there is plenty online. All you have to do is watch the video and you will see for yourself that the remarks made by Isak van Zyl and Iron Marks, although true to a certain extent, were taken out of context and made to sound like something other than what it really was. Scott put together a chronologically correct sequence of events showing how the scenario unfolded in Senekal on Friday. Scott used the same video that Willem Petzer had extracted his very short video clip from, except he showed it in its entirety, or enough of it to be able to grasp the context. Despite the fact that Scott Balson had made this video, you can't argue with live video footage, and the footage proved that Willem and Devin's reactions were out of line and based on half-truths. I would not go as far as to say that Willem, Devin and Ronaldo had lied, as Scott did, but would rather say that they either deliberately or inadvertently took that video clip out of context to drive home a point. No matter which, this displays very bad journalism on their parts, all of them. I must say that I am very disappointed in Willem Petzer, and I think that as soon as the full story, that is, the whole truth is known, as I'm sure it will be, he does have some explaining and possibly some apologizing to do. Last night I also watched a live broadcast by Chris Wyatt, who interviewed Hein Marks from the ULA, who was also there on Friday with Isak van Zyl, and who has also come under fire by the same YouTubers. In that interview, Hein described the situation very clearly and in my opinion justified everything that happened there on Friday. If he was lying, I am sure that someone who was in that crowd would have come out and called him a liar by now. And now we get to the spat between Ronaldo Gous and Scott Balson. Let it be known that I do not have a dog in this fight, and liken what is going on between them to two high school kids challenging each other to a fight on the sports fields after school. Totally childish in my opinion. But as I said, I don't have a dog in the fight, so I am not prepared to get involved in their nonsense. Last night Ronaldo did go ahead and make a rebuttal video to Scott's previous video. In this video, Ronaldo argues the point that context really doesn't matter, and that the simple fact that Isak did say those words is all there is to it. Here is where I have a problem. Ronaldo clearly states that Isak stated that he would lead the Afrikaner and the Boer people into war, when in fact Isak never used those words at all. Isak said, and I quote, "I will lead my people into war." Semantics? Yes, maybe. But if these people want to argue technicalities, they had better get their facts straight. I'm sure that if you asked Isak what he meant with the words "my people," he would not have meant those people there, in the crowd, with the women and children. I'm sure he meant his followers, Boer Legion members. This is admittedly speculation on my part, but it just highlights the fact that we should not take it upon ourselves to interpret what others say just to make it suit our own narrative or argument. Sure, Ronaldo is technically correct when he says that Isak did in fact say those words, but his interpretation, as well as Willem Petz's and Devon Hofmeyer's, are just that, opinions based on their own interpretations of what Isak said. And the key word here is taken out of context. Please don't see this as an attack on any of you three, but please guys, you all showed really bad form. I know that your channel is your own, and you have the right to say and do as you please on your own channel, but that does not mean that everything you say and do is morally right. You all have followers, some have tens of thousands, and they are counting on you to be honest and ethical in your reporting. Now to the problem with us whites that I mentioned earlier. Every time we have some kind of crisis, such as what happened in Senekal on Friday, and someone steps up to give some kind of leadership, they later get shot down either by so-called leaders, or in this case, by a group of youngsters who are clearly afraid of facing the possibility of a civil war here and will do anything to avoid it. Don't you think it is strange or coincidental that all three of these YouTubers, who are so outraged at what they think Isak meant when he said what he said, are youngsters who have never had the opportunity to do any national service? They have no military training whatsoever, except of course for their vast tactical experience in playing Fortnite on their PS4s. Coincidentally guys, the civil war is coming to you whether you like it or not. You better get that into your head. Pumping yourself up in the gym or swallowing a lot of Dutch courage is not going to cut it. But every time someone takes up a leadership role publicly, there is always someone among our own ranks who is ready and willing to shoot them down. Isak and Hein stepped up because nobody else did, and the crowd needed some kind of leadership. Period. This bad habit has to stop, and stop now. We cannot afford this nonsense. It is clear from all the video footage available online that Isak had absolutely no intention of leading those people into war. In the whole video posted by Scott, the crowd were all asked who would like to go with to help another group that had become pinned down and were being attacked by the EFF mob. They were in fact given the opportunity to stay there, and many took that opportunity. Isak and Hein then offered to lead those people who had made the choice to go. Nobody was forced or put in a situation they did not consent to. Go and watch the interview with Hein Marks and Chris Wyatt. This is not my opinion I'm spreading here. It is fact based on live footage taken at the event, as well as words directly from Hein Marks and Isak van Zyl, both on the scene as well as after the fact. So to sum up, I would like it known that I am a subscriber to these YouTubers' channels, although I'm not always in tune with what they have to say. I'm not a member of the Boer Legion, so please, nobody accuse me of trying to protect my leader. There is a reason why I would not like my name and details attached to my channel. This is it. It opens you up to personal attack by others, and I don't have time for this nonsense. My aim is simply to give you information, to give you something to think about, and hopefully to help you see what is actually happening to you and your children in South Africa today. Yes, I do give my listeners an opportunity to make a contribution to my channel, that's it. I'm not asking you to buy my coffee or my mugs or to buy my merch, etc. If this channel was purely about the money for me, I would post far more videos and of higher quality, and would by now also have had my own brand of coffee and merch to flog to you. The fact is that even these crappy videos or audio recordings I make take time I could be using to earn a living with. I don't think there is anything wrong with giving those who can appreciate that an opportunity to voluntarily make a contribution. Believe me, I could not live off what I make from this channel. I might be officially unemployed, but I have worked very hard for years at creating other passive streams of income, which will hopefully allow me to live a life of reasonable comfort one day and not worry about where the next buck is going to come from. This channel is merely a service to the community that I receive very little compensation for. Not that I expect any. Okay, that's the end of my rant. I thought I had to get that off my chest today. We as the minorities, specifically the white minorities, cannot afford the division being sowed by these YouTubers, although I find it hard to believe that they would do it intentionally, except for one, possibly. In the description, I will leave links to a number of videos that will totally dispel any claims made by these three YouTubers. Please like and share this video on as many social media platforms as possible. It's the only way that my message gets out there. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, why not? Click on the big red subscribe button below and to the right of this video now. While you are there, click on the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload new content. If you would like to make a contribution to my channel, in the description field I have supplied ways in which both local as well as international viewers can make a contribution. For those who would like to make a crypto contribution, in the description field I have also supplied a Bitcoin as well as a Litecoin wallet address. If you would like to contribute any other cryptos, simply shoot me an email to the address in the description field and I will supply you with the relevant wallet address. For those who would prefer to use Zapper, simply pause the video whenever you see the Zapper QR code and scan it. Any and all contributions will be very much appreciated. To all those amazing people who do contribute to my channel, I say a huge thank you. Your contributions are very much appreciated. Be safe out there. Until next time.